Good morning, hello, my name is Daniel, this is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. It is just before 6 AM. I'm in Fuerteventura and I'm riding across the whole of Fuerteventura today to hopefully get on a ferry and go across to Gran Canaria tonight is the plan. I'm doing it with my buddy Dan, who is just, I don't know, doing his hair and makeup, and we're going to give this everything we've got. Now, last night we rode across Lanzarote yesterday daytime, and last night I have hardly slept. It's so baking hot. There was no aircon in the room and no breeze because essentially a block of flats facing each other. I really struggled. I struggled in the heat, which is sort of the theme of this trip, but we're in a great place, doing a great thing, so positive mindset, gonna get cracking when Dan pulls his finger out. Let's go. Good morning, Dan. We can't see you, but how are you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
It's an early start today, so we're trying to get ahead, trying to get to the ferry in time. But that does mean we're riding on gravel in the dock.
Yeah, and this washboard stuff's not the best surface in the world. No. But yeah, so it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and we've got a 6 PM ferry to catch. And if we miss that, we're basically spending another night on this island, so we've got to get a move on today.
Yeah, let's not do that. All right, the sun is up, and we were just discussing, you know how people call sunset like golden hour? Is sunrise also golden hour, or is it called something different? We don't really know, do we?
I don't think it's golden.
No. Whatever it is, we've just had it. So it's only going to get hotter from here on out, but we've made good progress in the last hour. Just stopped for a wee stop and for a drink, because it's hard to...
Missed the right turn.
Oh, hard to drink on these hills. Hang on. Hard to drink when the terrain's like this, but this is awesome. Long way to go, Dan, but are you feeling all right?
Doing very well.
I might pick this up on an easy a bit later.
You know what? This is what it's like dealing with this monkey for a week with his camera. Gets it out at the most inopportune moment.
I always get it out at an inopportune moment. Do you know when we're sprinting for a ferry later and I'm too slow up hills and he's moaning, I'm going to remind him of this exact moment, because it's all about that content.
We just got to the top of our first climb of the day. We're getting beaten up today. We got off the beach first thing this morning where it was really deep, sandy stuff where you really have to fight hard just to keep the bike going in a straight line and not sideways. And now the gravel, as we've come more inland, is really chunky. Some big rocks, big stones, loose. Yeah, it's just been hard work so far. We're about 20 odd miles in. Dan's coming up the climb now.
I think that's everyone.
So we'll press on. I mean, the scenery is absolutely incredible. The sun's just behind a couple of clouds at the minute, but it's creating some good views.
So I'm not actually a fan of heights. I'd even go so far as to say they do scare me a little bit. So riding next to that, like, I'm so tense. Woo. As Dan reminded me though, just keep turning left. Okay, Dan, will do. We're just on the first proper road section of the day, and it's not actually going to last very long. We're turning right in half a mile onto the first big climb of the day, and we're just trying to figure out which one of those mountains it is, because it's a big one, Dan, so it's going to be one of them, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be the hardest climb of the day, I think.
But at least if we're going right, it's not those ones.
No.
And our first water stop is planned to be, it's somewhere up the climb, it's like halfway up or something.
Yeah.
So that should break it up nicely.
Está muy bien. Yo necesito dos. I don't know what you haven't turned the card machine on is in Spanish. Él es no dinero.
No dinero. Oh,
I've got no money. Yeah, that is true though. So. Okay, so we're 37 miles and about 3 and a bit hours into today's ride. Just stopped at our first shop. It's actually the first shop we've actually come past, isn't it? So it's not like we've even missed any. Yeah. Filled it with fluids. We're going to go for another 36 to 38 miles-ish, including a big climb and a medium-sized climb. So it could be quite a while. So we're just making sure that we've got full fluids, essentially, because it's going to take such a long time to get over some terrain. And if it's pushing on the limit and it's red hot and you've not got any fluids, you're in a mess. So, you feeling right, Dan?
Yeah, feel good. Feel really good actually.
Yeah.
Just need to keep eating and drinking and be alright.
Good stuff. You're just getting your hydration tablets out of your bag, which you smartly packed in the bottom of your saddlebag.
Yeah, it's not my best move, that.
Okay then, Dan, tell us about this 5 miles at 5% lovely gentle climb.
It's about 2.5 miles at 3%, and the last 2.5 miles are at about 8% average, so it gets steeper as it goes up, and there's probably some gravel further up the road as well. It's not all going to be nice smooth tarmac.
And coming out that cafe stop, it feels like we've just stepped out of a fridge into an oven, doesn't it?
So hot now. I'd rather be going where they're going.
Hola!
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 That direction looks much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what time is it now? It's like gone 10 o'clock, so the sun is like getting quite hot now. So need to keep on top of fluids a bit more.
Yeah. Second summit done. It's very windy up here, Dan. Feels like we're ticking them off now. Check that out for a view. Ooh. What is it?
It's alright. There's not a lot here, is there? Fuerteventura, there's like, it's just a lump of rock. Yesterday there was stuff going on and like, you know, more to see. It's not very pretty.
There's a lot of nothing, like a lot of empty spaces.
Yeah.
So, which is like worrying for where you're going to stop for supplies, but also there's not much to talk about, is there? There's just no real, as many towns or anything. That's how strong the wind is, look. Here come the gravel hills then. Oh, we've got about 3,500 feet still to go in about 35-40 miles. And it's just like one after the other. Terrain's pretty tough, the gravel's pretty rough, and like I'm doing 200 watts now for 6 miles an hour, and it's only slightly uphill. Just that tough going. Dan stopped to refill his hydration bladder, so I'm just going to keep rolling and I'm sure he will catch me on the hills. Whew, we've allowed ourselves, looking ahead, we've got about half an hour in hand, we think. But I think we based it on riding faster than we are now, so we can have one more stop to refuel, but I'll have to play that one by ear. There's only one ferry today, so we have to get it. Oh, God. This one's zigzagging. So we did the big climb, Dan, didn't we? That went okay. It was all road, which was a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Then now we're on another climb, which again is road, but it's really gradual. It's only like 3 or 4%, isn't it? So it's nice just to get into a rhythm. You feeling alright?
Lots of lumps and bumps for the rest of the route now, isn't it?
Yeah, like the climbing's really backloaded. It's quite rolling the last sort of 30 miles, isn't it? But
yeah, still feeling good. It's only like, I don't think it's even midday, is it? So we're making really good time.
I feel like I have range anxiety, like I'm driving an EV. Like we're always thinking about fluid, and you weren't able to get much food from the last stop, so we were thinking, like, what have we got between us to get us both to the next stop? It's not an individual effort, this, is it? Like, I've got a couple of emergency gels, and if Dan's not got much food, like, I will give them to him at an expensive price, but the important part is I will give them to him.
Well, I wouldn't. So you're on your own, mate.
So yeah, so we're just you know, just checking in with each other. What have you got left? How much fluid are you drinking? Because even just asking the question prompts you, doesn't it? Like, oh, I've not been drinking much.
Yeah.
So yeah, because if we miss it,
turn that away, because we don't want to hear you talking anymore. We just want to look at the nice views.
Been close shopping done. Treating yourself, have you?
It's like these are too big.
Yeah.
They're either €68 for someone my size, or these were $12.50. They're pretty big.
I agree, that's the right decision you've made there.
13s.
That was the right decision.
But whatever.
I'll have them when you're done with them. So Dan, why have you had to buy flip-flops?
I just wanted a change. No, I've lost one.
Somehow.
I've lost one somewhere on that rocky descent, I think. I think what's happened, when we stopped at the cafe, or the supermarket, and I was like, I had to get in my bag to get my hydration stuff out, and I've obviously not put them in properly. So, nightmare.
Were there any cans of Coke in that shop?
There was nothing.
No.
It's a clothes shop.
I'll go to the spa. Okay.
Right.
So shop stock, we've probably got about an hour and a half to 2 hours left of the ride, but we're trying to get stocked up here, so when we get to the ferry port, if there are any earlier ferries, we can just get on it and not have to worry about then going to a shop again. So that's the plan. What have I been eating today? Mostly sweets, to be honest, and then just whatever juice I can get hold of at shops. So today, now I've just got some sort of orange juice, like it's not full of carbs, but it's got some in, and it's just something a bit different to water. Having a can of Coke as well, and I've just had a Fanta lemon, Haribo in the top 2 bag, and I've just got some like cereal bars. I wanted something a bit different. I wanted to try and get something savoury, like a cheese sandwich or something. I'd been all over that, but couldn't find any meal deals. Dan, what have you been eating on today? You've been a bit better in terms of fruit, haven't you?
Fruit.
Dates yesterday, now you're on the mango.
Oh, dates yesterday. I had 2 oranges this morning.
Yeah.
But today, like during the day, I've just had like chocolate croissants.
Yeah.
That's about it, to be honest. Whatever I had at the cafe. And now I've just got sweets and chocolate mango. Just sugar again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, like there's not much savoury stuff.
No.
Oh, well.
Hopefully we'll try and get to a shop tonight before we get to our accommodation or somewhere along the route. Get some more of that sort of stuff, because it would be nice to break it up, wouldn't it? We're on the home run now then, about 18 miles to go, just over 1,000 feet of climbing. It feels like we're so close but so far, doesn't it, Dan? It's like close enough that you feel like you should be done, but it's still going to be like an hour and a half.
I think it's, well, for me it just feels like we've done the vast majority of the ride, like all the climbing, all the majority of the mileage. We're still like an hour and a half away. It's like, this bit's just irrelevant, this is dragging, but
yeah,
whatever.
So we have done 6.5 hours of riding, 77 miles, just under 6,000 feet of elevation. So a pretty big day out, but yeah, let's make it, what's that going to be, 8 hours?
Not as big as tomorrow.
Not as big as tomorrow, you're right. One day at a time, Dan. One day at a time. We've just stopped for a quick wee stop, about 10 miles to go. Check this out for proper cycling infrastructure. Next to the main road, off to the own bike lane. Love to see it. Dan, 8 hours of riding, 90 something miles, 7,000 feet, roller coaster of a day. Got it done, haven't we?
That was a hard day. I wasn't expecting it to be that hard, to be fair. But we got it done, and we got it done in really good time.
Yeah.
Like really good time. We're 2.5 hours early for the ferry, so.
It means we just get fed and watered and be low stress. It's annoying being this early, but right, so what? Like,
I'd much rather be sat here for 2.5 hours
yeah,
than panicking
exactly.
and rushing, so.